What's up, the internet?
There were people here, now they're not.
Yeah, they left.
Unless
Rob Humphrey's here.
Rob Humphrey. Hello, friend.
Welcome into News from the Nexus 419, a podcast. I'm your host, Kyle. Over there, in that box, is Amanda. She is the car to my Dom from the Fast and the Furious.
It's true.
So,
hold on. Did I see something correctly, Rob? Are you going to be in Sterling Heights this weekend?
I think it's possible. I know there had been discussions about that possibility.
Confirm or deny, please.
Rob is here. Are you going to be there?
He's here. Yeah.
So,
and if once you're here, say hi.
Yes.
Shoot us some questions. Because otherwise we're just gonna talk,
or we'll just end early and I go home and take a nap.
No, I want chicken wings.
Okay. So, this is News from the Nexus, episode 8. We made it to 8 whole episodes of this thing, and Amanda and I haven't killed each other yet.
Well, that was not gonna happen.
Andrew's here. Hello, Andrew. Rob says that's the word on the street.
I know. I just wanted to know if you could confirm or deny if the word on the street is in fact true.
So, if you're listening to this live, the things we're talking about with Rob have already happened. If you're listening to this not live, sorry.
Yes.
If you're listening to this on Tuesday, on Podbean, on YouTube, the stuff we're talking about with Rob has already happened, so you've missed it.
And there's going to be some stuff later that we're going to talk about that doesn't apply to you anymore.
That will already have happened.
Right. But
that's how this works. If you're here live, you get to participate.
It's true.
If you're here later, you should be tuning in Tuesday night, 7 p.m. I get that tonight we're up against the State of the Union.
That's kind of the big thing.
I feel like there's some new sitcoms debuting tonight. At the very least, Big Bang Theory reruns.
Right.
So, like, if you're here, yay! If you're not, you're listening to us on replay, I appreciate that. But tune in live and then listen to us on replay and make your coworkers listen to us.
Yeah. Your coworkers can listen to us on replay. You should watch us and listen to us live so that, you don't miss the important information like when we talk about Astronomicon.
Right.
Which will have already happened if you're watching in the replay.
Right. Here, let me tag some people.
Yeah.
Let me tag Susie. Let me get Pat here.
You can get Pat here. Pat won't be here. Yeah, get Mike here. Woo! Rob!
Done.
As excited, my friend.
Andrew, and our minds are up against the State of the Union. We're going to have less lies, less deceit, less Cheeto dust. All of that. It's just what we're saying.
It is. All right.
So, the first things first we do every week is we recap the week that has been since we were last with you live for News at the Nexus.
419.
News at the Nexus 419, yes.
Because we are the
Nexus.
Nexus.
Keep correcting me.
Well, because we're the Nexus 419.
Right. I tagged him too, Andrew. Get his candy behind here.
His koala bear behind.
Yes. Anyhow. So, since last week, Pat's here.
Oh, Pat is here. That was what I thought too, Rob, but apparently not.
I am also pining over Portillo's. Don't fool yourself, Rob. I'm just a professional.
Right. Come on now.
Anyhow.
He knows you.
So, since last week, we have had the Super Bowl Big Game, Big Savings Sale. Thank you to the 8 people who came out and took advantage of that.
Oh, it was more than 8, but come on now.
It wasn't really. Shh. I'm going to start calling people out on missing out on good things.
Well, that's true. We did have a good sale.
We had a good sale, and y'all didn't come. Like, some of you did, but not all of you. So, meh.
More of you should have come.
The 3 of you who are in Traverse City get a pass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not much of one, but a pass.
Right.
So, we had the Big Game, Big Sale.
Yep. I don't know that was proper English, Pat. I'm really concerned.
I get what he's saying, but Pat, just ignore that for now and listen to us, and maybe you'll get some epiphany.
There it is. Yeah, yes.
But we got our button press back out.
Mm-hmm.
We're making new buttons. That's another new thing. We are currently making buttons out of creepy magazines.
Yeah, I know.
And
which might be sacrilegious, but they
old
weren't...
Vampirellas.
But they were, like, wrecked anyway. Like, they weren't even worth the paper they were printed on anymore. So, that's why we're doing it.
What that one said. Anyhow. But creepy magazines, Vampirellas, all the old black and white magazines, making some really cool buttons.
I know. I got some cool ones.
So, you'll be able to check those out. We have new Nexus 419 buttons.
Can you see that? Look at that, guys. Look what we're making.
New Nexus 419 buttons.
And then my personal favorite. Check it out. Check it.
Further Nexus 419 buttons.
Yep.
We've got Rossford buttons now. We got all these buttons that we have personally made for you. Mm-hmm. Coming up, and we'll talk about this again later, is Astronomicon. Mm-hmm. That is this weekend. You're running out of time to take advantage of the things we are offering at Astronomicon.
Yes.
Which we'll come back to later. We'll also come back to this other thing, but Get in the Game, which we had Pat on to talk about.
And another contributor is here, Rob.
Yes, Rob is a contributor as well. But Pat was on the show to talk about 4 weeks ago now.
4 weeks, yeah. 3-4 weeks, yeah. It's been a
while. Pat was on to talk about that. But that is officially 50% funded, less than a week in.
That's awesome. Yay, congratulations, Pat. If you haven't backed Get in the Game yet, what is wrong with you? Because the money doesn't get taken out to the end of the campaign anyway. So you might as well go and pledge
Hand me a creepy mag.
to get yourself a really cool comic book anthology about video games.
Yes. Bryn, we do not mean the magazines they keep behind the counter in the plastic bags. We're talking about these. Creepy magazines. Stuff that has stuff like this in it.
Famous Monsters of Filmland.
Famous Monsters of Filmland. All kinds of cool black and white things. There you go. So those are the things that have happened this past week.
Ooh, new rewards coming soon, Pat. Well, you better clue me in so I know how much to up my bid.
I'm not up on my bid, Pat. It's just how that is.
How that is.
Hi, Shelby. Hi, Kurt. Again, if you're watching us live, feel free to chime in.
Yeah.
We will talk to you as best we can. If you're watching this in playback, you can't chime in, so that's a reason to tune in.
That's true.
All right, so our second segment every week, the thing we seem to talk about a lot are the things we're watching.
Well, because it's, there hasn't been a ton of...
there hasn't been a ton of crazy, heavy nerd news.
Right, so we're just talking a lot more about what we're watching. We have some nerd news because there was some new trailers from the Super Bowl, which we'll get into, I think. Mm-hmm. But let's do you want to do our general recap of what are we watching, Kyle?
So this week, together,
yes,
we watched The West Wing.
We did.
Again. We watched the Super Bowl, and we were going to talk about the ads. We watched new season of Masked Singer, and guess what starts tomorrow?
The Lego Show.
Lego Masters, hosted by one and only
Batman.
Will Arnett.
It's true.
He's been on like all the talk shows and podcast stuff promoting this show. And last night he's on Jimmy Kimmel. Mm-hmm. And it's Will Arnett on Jimmy Kimmel. And once they got around to, they couldn't stop laughing at each other because those two in a room just, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Will Arnett kept going, I like to build Lego with my kids. And my kids came to the set and watched these people build Lego. And Jimmy Kimmel goes, wait. Why are you saying Lego and not Legos?
I know.
And Will Arnett just kind of goes, because I'm a professional. The proper plural for Lego is Lego.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Mind kind of blown there. That's interesting.
Lego is plural for Lego. So if you have one, it's a Lego. If you have 3, it's many Lego. Also,
Legos.
Lego. No.
Legos.
No.
It will always be Legos.
Nope.
Sorry.
Legos is a place. All right. So, Amanda, do you want to talk about what you've watched this week?
Okay.
Sean says hi, Kyle and Amanda. Hi, Sean.
Hello, Sean. So we watched The West Wing, and we are officially into season 2.
Yeah,
Go me.
that's just for Nick DeMoose.
Go me. I'm officially into season 2. That was this past week of the 3 episodes that we had to watch. Was quite a lot. We finished part 2 of In the Shadow of Two Gunmen, if you are watching along with us. So that's where we're at there. So we did that. Let's see. What else have I been watching?
I know, Pat. I'm already back around to the beginning of season 2. Having started with her and just gone at a normal person's pace.
No, I'm going at a normal person's pace.
Okay, I'm watching 10 or 12 episodes a day.
Yeah, you're going at a psycho pace.
It's fair. So let's talk about the new season.
On.
Okay.
Hold on. What are we talking about?
We're going to talk about season 3 of The Masked Singer.
Oh, no, we're not there yet. So I'm officially done with The Witcher because I'm not in the right headspace. So I watched an episode and a half, so I'm done. Maybe we'll try it again. I've been watching Dexter. That's been my other kind of thing.
Okay.
And I watched The Lion King live action. That's what I watched. Not a lot. It was a slow week.
Yeah. So, Super Bowl, that happens. J-Lo and Shakira made the show.
They did.
Charlie Day won the Super Bowl with the greatest tie dad ever. Can I do my laundry now? No, later, okay?
As I was doing laundry.
She was.
But I was like a normal person, going up to the laundry room while football was happening.
Anyhow.
Yep.
So we'll get to those in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But following the Super Bowl was the big debut of season 3 of The Masked Singer.
I know.
Starring your Nick Cannons, your Alan Thicke's kid, Robin Thicke.
Your Dr. Ken Jeong.
Dr. Ken Jeong, the anti-vaxxer Jenny McCarthy.
Yep.
And Nicole Schlesinger, who is basically made out of plastic. Scherzinger. The one from the Pussycat Dolls, who's basically made out of plastic.
That's fair.
But we got to see 6 new characters.
Mm-hmm.
The White Tiger.
The Tiger, yep.
Who I have my guesses on who it is. Mm-hmm. I'm not guessing publicly this year because people don't respect my schedule.
It's true.
Hey, AKA Pat.
No, Pat respected.
No, Pat waits too long.
Pat does wait too long. But
everyone should be on my schedule.
Well, it's true. It's the common courtesy schedule. Give us 24 hours after air before you start.
That's fair.
It's just a common courtesy is don't text us at midnight when we're asleep and haven't watched it yet because, we haven't watched it yet. We watch it the next day.
Pat, you tend to wait too long to watch The Masked Singer because you watch it with your family and don't watch it the next morning.
Mm-hmm. Like we do.
While you're supposed to be working. See, like I said, it's one of those, everyone should be on my schedule for The Masked Singer. But we had the White Lion.
It's true, called out.
White Tiger.
Tiger, yes.
We had
the female monster. The
Lady Monster. Miss Monster.
Miss Monster.
Yes.
She's a she-monster.
They had...
Like a she-wolf, she a she-monster. It's a she-hulk.
We're moving on. It's called Miss Monster. That's the name they gave it.
Triggered. Yes, Rob. Triggered. Totally triggered.
The Robot.
The Robot. I liked the Robot.
Yes. Kangaroo.
I like the kangaroo, too.
And the Turtle.
I don't know about the turtle.
And what am I forgetting?
Somebody obviously pretty forgettable.
Miss Monster, Kangaroo, Robot, Tiger. Let me check my notes.
Yeah, check your notes. Survivor doesn't start till next week. Oh, so Pat's gonna watch live until Survivor starts.
Watch Survivor on DVR.
Yeah, for real. You're not affecting the outcome, so watch on DVR. The llama.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pat.
Yeah, you're Yama.
The Yama.
So, I'm impressed.
Uh-huh.
There are several I think I already know.
Yeah, but you always say that.
Well, there are several I think I already know, and then I'll be wrong. Don't.
It's true.
Like, or there'll be a clue, and it'll make me second guess my thinking I already know.
Mm-hmm.
But who was your favorite, Amanda, so far?
My favorite?
Yeah, if you had to pick one of the 6 we saw, well, there's only 5 left.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to tell you who went home for fear of spoiler in it. Pat, like White Tiger, I'm right there with you.
I don't... Okay, I would probably say the kangaroo was my favorite.
Because of the character or because of their singing?
Their singing. I thought they were probably the strongest singer of the batch.
All right.
Like, and singer.
Yeah.
Not artist.
It's fair, because the White Tiger didn't really sing.
Yeah.
My favorite...
I like what it seems like her story is, so...
Yes. Out of the ones that are currently up, I like the Miss Monster best.
I liked her too.
So
but
we'll go from there. We'll see from there.
I like I said, I like it based off of what I'm remembering, because I didn't take notes while we watched it.
Turtle might have been the best singer, Mark, but I think that Miss Monster has the best chance of winning, because I think it was a little bit of a restrained performance. I think she has the ability to find another gear, especially if it's who I think it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
All right, I'm gonna make one public guess.
No, you aren't.
I've decided. No, yeah. I've decided. I think Ms. Monster is Tina Turner.
After this first week, yes.
After 1 week, I think Ms. Monster is Tina Turner. I think she has a whole gear we haven't seen, maybe 2, because of how awesome Tina Turner is.
Yeah.
I have a side bet with myself that it could be Fantasia Barrino, because they talked about her so much last season. That everybody thought that she was part of it last season. Mm-hmm. So I think they could have gone and got her, and she was also just holding back. But
she would have had to been like really...
She would have really been holding back. She would have gone for the high note at the end of her song if it was Fantasia Barrino. I think because it's Tina Turner, she knows the value of holding that bit. So that's my guess on Ms. Monster.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be part of our show every week as I give my guesses.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll think about it.
They'll be 2 weeks behind, though, so...
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Whatever.
You know.
So we watched that.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I like them all. I don't get into it like you do, where you're like super competitive. Like Kyle, like
Here's
literally.
The thing. I'm super competitive. Who am I super competitive against? I'm competitive against myself.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's not like I'm trying to beat somebody else or trying to beat the judges. I'm trying to see how well tuned is my ear.
It's true. You really are. I just am watching it for the
costumes?
Just for the entertainment that it is. It's easy entertainment. It's easy to watch. For the West Wing, it's not always easy to watch. But no, literally, Kyle at one point, and I think it was when the monster was singing, like, he was laying on the couch, and he's, like, kicked back, like, big old pillow over here. He had, like, the cat over on his lap, and then the monster starts singing, and he, like, pushes my poor cat to the floor.
Your cat won't come near me.
And he gets up, and he sits on the edge of my couch, and he's hunched over, and he closes his eyes, and is like, shh, to me.
Amanda's not talking, and I'm telling her to shut up.
Right. Like, I'm apparently breathing too loud, and he is just right here trying to listen.
And I'm, like, cupping my ears and that kind of stuff. Like, that's the way I get into the show, is if I can guess who the voice is, it makes me really happy.
I just couldn't. I was just like, I don't even know how to react to what's happening right now.
That's fair. But, so, before that was the Super Bowl.
It was. The bowl of the super.
Uh-huh.
The superb owl.
Or, yeah, the Superb Bowl. If you're Anthony D. Lee. But...
Yeah, cat Susie. My cat is the best cat.
Her cat is death.
She is death. She's a black cat.
So prior to the Masked Singer was the Super Bowl, and the game was irrelevant.
Basically.
I won some money, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
But, like...
It was boring.
It wasn't boring for me. I was winning money.
Well, right. But, like, in general.
But we had the thing we all watched the Super Bowl for. Super Bowl ads. And again, there were some ones that really are going to stick out and stick in your mind for a while. I think the TurboTax
That one's
ad
weird. I
with
don't like that one.
Everybody are tax people.
I liked the Old Town Road.
The
Cool
Old
Ranch
Town.
Doritos.
So I think if Charlie Day didn't win the Super Bowl, I think Sam Elliott's mustache won the Super Bowl in the Old Town Road
So is
Doritos
Kyle.
commercial.
Susie.
Yeah, I just take a pill, Suze. So anyhow, that was great, but
Oh, that one was hilarious. That was like
just the fact that the Charlie Day ad kept popping up and kept popping
even
up
into the
and
Masked
kept
Singer.
popping up. Yeah, it's like it was you could do it later. Super Bowl now, football now, laundry later. It's just, is it later yet?
Right.
And then at one point, you see the lasso of truth come up and lasso the guy. And I go, Amanda, it's a new Wonder Woman trailer. And it's freaking Charlie Day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Wonder Woman going, you will not do that now.
Right. It was.
And he's like, okay.
It was the funniest, and I think it was the best commercial, just because it would pop up in such an unexpected way. Like
Right.
that. Like, they started out, like, they buried the lead, and you were like, oh, it's a new Wonder Woman, and then no, it wasn't.
Right, it's just Charlie Day.
And you're like, oh, the Masked Singer's like, nope. It's a Tide commercial.
Yeah. Yeah, like...
It didn't make me want to buy Tide anymore, but I remembered it, and I'm talking about it, so I guess they
That's what
accomplished
matters,
it,
man.
right?
Like, if what are you, a Bounce? Or a Downy? Or are you a whatever's cheapest?
I'm a whatever's cheapest in a pod form. So usually it's Tide pods, because I can usually get them on sale, but I don't really have brand loyalty. I've been trying some Arm & Hammer ones that are like baking soda based. We'll see. I'm not overly impressed at this point. I want my Tide Pods back.
You heard it here first, guys. Amanda eats Tide Pods. But, I thought that was great, but there were a bunch
Of trailers.
of trailers in the Super Bowl that are worth talking about.
Yes.
So we got a new look at Black Widow.
Is it really a new look? I mean, it was a little bit
It was
more...
a little bit new. It was a different voiceover.
Yeah.
That kind of gives you an indication as to when the film takes place.
Yes.
Which was interesting to me.
Mm-hmm. What did you read from that?
Well, just that it does take place prior
To Endgame.
to Infinity War.
Oh, yes.
So, that's cool. It's not my favorite. Like, I get it, and that's fine. I would have much rather it been, actually, the guys who died in Infinity War were actually Skrulls, and they faked us out with the whole secret invasion thing, but, like, I get that I'm the only person in the world who would understand. So...
No, you're not. It would be hard to do, I think.
Yeah, it'd be a hard sell. But, anyhow, there was that. What else was there? There was a new Mulan.
There was a new, longer Mulan.
Yeah.
I'm still excited for. I like it. Like I said, I've been team Mulan, especially because if I want to watch the animated version, I'll watch the animated version. So I like seeing this kind of Americanized take on the true legends of Mulan, which is, I think, interesting. So we'll see. Let's appreciate her for the, awesome, badass woman that she actually was.
I stand by my original statement. There aren't enough talking dragons in this one. I need talking dragons to be interested. That's all I'm saying.
So it doesn't matter that, like, she's going to kick a ton of butt.
I'll go see Black Widow for that.
Okay. That's fair.
Like, Eddie Murphy is a talking dragon, I'm there.
Okay. All right.
Eddie
I'm
Murphy
excited.
just isn't... Eddie Murphy's in it, I'm there.
Like I said, I think it's the one I'm the most excited about because, because I watched The Lion King. The Lion King was basically the same movie.
Yeah, but
very
instead of
minor.
Nathan Lane
Yeah, casting changes, but it was
Right.
basically the same hit points. They
Mm-hmm.
actually made the Mufasa death, I felt, less impactful in the live action. Like, it was less devastating in the live
I think
action.
it is in the musical, too.
Right. But that was the other thing, is they weren't doing the Broadway because, like, Nala didn't have really her big song.
Right. No, I'm just saying.
So,
I think that other than the animated movie, they've made an attempt to tone that back.
Yeah. Well, and that's like, so for the Mulan live action, I like that it's going to be a character that we know, but it's not going to be an exact, like, shot for shot remake. That's, I think, why I'm most excited. That, and I like Mulan, so.
Amanda also had strong emotional reactions to Fast and the Furious 78.
9. I did have actually some strong reactions. First being that we obviously revealed that Dom named his son Brian. But I also, I must, like, full disclosure on this, I haven't watched 7, 8. I didn't even remember that 8 existed. So I haven't watched 7. I haven't seen 8.
Well,
I didn't
8
see
is literally
Hobbs and
just
Shaw.
Fast and the Furious goes to The Rock's home. It's like a home visit with the Fast and the Furious. Let's go to The Rock's house.
Hold on.
Or was that Hobbs and Shaw?
I think that was Hobbs and Shaw, which
Whatever.
was in the Fast. What was that? Yeah, I don't have any memory of 8 coming out, like, at all. So that's where we're at. I'm at some point between 6. I think is the last one I watched. But I'm very confused again by this whole timeline thing because I thought I had it figured out. And now I'm really all lost again in the Fast and Furious timeline. Is Tokyo Drift the end of the saga, or is it still, like, weirdly in the middle? Did Han not die in Tokyo Drift like we watched him die? Or
I didn't know Han Solo was in Fantastic Four or Future. What is it? Fast and the Furious?
Yes, Fast and the Furious. So I don't know. I'm very intrigued, but I will say I find it interesting that we have now matched the number of Fast and Furious movies to Star Wars in less time.
Yeah, but I don't think you've seen the quality in the Fast and the Furious as you have.
I think the Fast and the Furious, their quality is, it has to be entertaining and over the top and fun. So if that's
it has to have a car, and there has to be some women with good
Shut
butts.
up, Pat. Right, but, like, so their quality, yes.
It's true, Pat. You just have all these scenes where it's like Vin Diesel being all Vin Diesel, and then there's nobody else on screen with him.
Stop it.
But you get a strong feeling of hustle, loyalty, and respect.
It's true. And, of course we had to bring it back,
and,
that he lives his mile a quarter mile. He used to live his life a quarter mile at a time.
Well, Vin Diesel's time is up, and somebody else's time is now. His time is up, someone else's time is now. How many John Cena references can I make?
Oh, Jesus. But,
they need to bring in somebody who's a professor of thugonomics.
Wow. Anyway.
All right, that's as deep a cut as I'm getting on John Cena right now.
Yeah, we're done with that. But
what else was in there? SpongeBob.
There was a new SpongeBob.
Which,
There's a new Minions, too.
Well, so the SpongeBob wasn't a pure animated, but it wasn't like...
Well, yeah, I didn't pay that close attention to it because I really wasn't interested.
Right, it was sort of like claymation, but not.
Yeah. It's weird.
Very strange.
Weird
new Minions.
Medium. New Minions.
New
the Rise of
Gru. Which I'm all excited for because I love Minions.
I've only seen, I think, the first and the second Despicable Me. I didn't see the Minions standalone movie.
Oh, the Minions standalone movie's on cable?
And I haven't.
And you want to talk about something to turn your brain off to? And maybe, if you're into imbibing substances, do that. Oh.
Wow.
So good.
What else was in the biggest one was, they did like this, I swear to God, it was 10 minutes of Fast and Furious. We got a little bit of a different Maverick. Top Gun.
Oh yeah, new little different Top Gun, which it's just like, okay.
It was a weird feel. I didn't know what they were trying to get.
It's a lot of Tom Cruise breathing very heavily.
Mm-hmm. But doing really cool things. And
you could see like his face getting all contorted as he goes into multiple G's. Mm-hmm. Like, is he gonna kill himself the same way he killed Goose?
He didn't kill Goose. He didn't. No. No. Goose was an accident.
Although, here's what look.
But they're obviously at a funeral at one point in that you can tell. You see it a little better because Jennifer Connelly is in black.
Right.
And he's in the dress.
What, he's
uniform.
in a dress?
The dress uniform.
There you go. But this is my thing, right? We all know that Val Kilmer is...
Iceman.
Well, but also not well. Val Kilmer has been sick for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see it in his appearances. He's... You know, that was probably his last film. I wish, just for my own peace of mind, my own, you know, sort of preparation, I wish there were some more shots of him.
Oh, in the trailer?
Yeah, just so I could see, okay, are you playing it as this is the Iceman, like, is that Iceman's funeral?
Mm.
What is it? Like, what is his role? And how much does he appear? That way I can be prepared to be sad.
Yeah.
Because in the first film, I related most to Iceman and then to Merlin. So Val Kilmer and then Tim Robbins. Totally different reasons, but...
That's such a random, like, you're supposed to want to be like Maverick, and you know you're Goose, but you want to be Maverick, even though you know you're Goose.
The reason... Well, and the thing is that I kind of related to the whole idea of you're supposed to be the best. Then there's this other dude who's better than you coming out of nowhere, and he's kind of snotty, and so you got to be kind of a prick to him.
Yeah, I was going to say, Iceman was definitely kind of snotty.
So, well, and so was Maverick.
Maverick was a douche. Like, let's be real.
Right, let's be real. He was Tom Cruise.
He was arrogant and a douche.
Right.
Like, but that's like the point. Like, that's the appeal is he's cocky but he backs it up because you look at the things he does.
Right.
So you're kind of like, you can't be mad.
Mm-hmm. So, and then, like, in high school, we all had, like, me and my friends all had Top Gun nicknames. Like, from when we play paintball or whatever.
Just because I wanted to look at something. We are exactly 142 days, 3 hours, 22 minutes, and 50 seconds and counting to the release of Top Gun. IMDb has a countdown going.
Okay.
I think that's funny.
But, like, I was Merlin in high school. Just as a thing. So, I related to Merlin as well.
So
what else? Is there anything else
more than
out?
30. I'm trying to think. Because we had the Minions, we had the... we had... all the Disney Plus television, because we had a peek at Loki, we had the WandaVision, and we had the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
The Falcon and Winter Soldier was the only one that even remotely captured my interest in that trailer commercial thing. Just because it's Falcon learning how to use the shield. It's that kind of stuff. So I was hyped for that. Mm-hmm. But like WandaVision,
I'm interested in WandaVision.
WandaVision just looked like it was a psychological weird ride.
And I think that's what has me intrigued.
When is it set? What is the deal? Is this whole 1950s Leave It to Beaver look that she has at some point? Like, is that something Vision is doing to her?
Well, because that's the thing you see at like one point. Like at one point she's pregnant. I didn't notice it when when it aired, but when I watched it now the second time, like at one point she's pregnant. Uh-huh. You see her pregnant, and then she changes from the 1950s June Cleaver to it's like they're in just like an empty room. Her and Vision. So yeah, I really don't know what they're doing with it, but I wanna watch. I'm curious. Is that
the reality gem having some effect on them?
Right.
Like, let's explain that to me. But I am not going to be interested in watching a Disney Plus show that's basically Inception.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either, but they're not giving you enough yet.
They're building hype, but that's the thing. They're building hype because...
the name is so bad that they're going to have to really hook me.
I do hate the name. I really hate the name, but...
If his name was Smell, would they have called it Smell-O-Vision? No, let's be honest. Like, it's a bad name.
Because it's WandaVision, and, I get it, so it's WandaVision. But, I just don't... I think it's a bad name. Unless the name is like the biggest giveaway that you don't realize until you watch it.
Right. And that, that would be something,
They have something up their sleeve with it, and so I'm ready to, I can't wait, because I don't think we have a release date for it yet. It's this time, sometime this year, I think, is all we kind of have. So at this point, this is basically a teaser. Mm-hmm. So,
well, and that was like the Loki bit. Loki,
that is the teeniest, tiniest of a teaser.
I could get behind...
Because it's Loki sitting at a table, basically, in a prison outfit, so, like, that's all we kind of have.
Yeah, there's not enough...
Okay.
To even get me to remember it was there.
Okay, so here's my question then for you. Of the 3 Disney Plus shows that we got the little teasers of, rank them in what you're most excited to see.
$7.99 a month back in my bank account as I cancel Disney Plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy. Seriously.
Nothing there excited me.
Okay. Nothing interests you?
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I mean, I'll probably watch them all.
Okay.
But Disney Plus has had one ginormous problem since it started. It's relying on the fact that it's freaking Disney. And it's freaking Marvel and it's freaking Star Wars. So they're counting on you to watch it regardless of anything. Mm-hmm. Court me. Bring me in. Make me want to be a part of this.
Okay.
They're not doing a good job. The Mandalorian. We knew it was coming, but that's all we knew.
Right.
So I had no reason to be excited for The Mandalorian.
They are definitely very much trying to keep the same secrets they keep from, like, with their feature films and stuff, where everything is really heavily locked down. And I appreciate...
But that's why I don't go see Disney movies.
But even the Marvel movies.
But
they keep, and the Star Wars movies, they keep a lot of the details under lockdown.
Other than Star Wars, when was the last time I liked the Marvel movie?
You liked Endgame. You liked Captain America.
It was fine.
And you liked Captain Marvel.
It was fine. They were fine. They weren't bad. They were B's and C's, but they weren't A+ movies.
You've never given one an A+ movie.
Right,
I think Captain Marvel was the closest.
That's what I'm saying. Like, give me a reason to want to be there.
Okay. But see, your reasons are obviously different than mine, because for me, my reasons to be there was... I like having access to the live actions as they're coming out. I like having access to all of the...
I don't mean being on Disney Plus. I mean, give me a reason to show up to watch WandaVision. So far, you haven't done that. Give me a reason to show up to want to watch The Mandalorian, other than it's a show about a Mandalorian. If it wasn't for people spoiling it and ruining it for me, I would have no idea that I'm actually remotely interested in The Mandalorian. Because Disney hadn't told me.
I was going to say, it's true. They're not building a ton of hype with the show. But I think part of that is it's still an experiment, I think, for Disney. Because this is their first kind of streaming service.
But Disney understands that you have to give fans a reason to show up. It's why they built a 1-to-1 scale Millennium Falcon at the park. It gives fans a reason to show up. If you have these properties, you have to market them in a way that gives people a reason to sit down and devote hours of their lives to these things.
I think they're holding back the same way Netflix held back when they first started doing original programming. But remember when Netflix started doing original programming, there wasn't a ton of like trailer, watch this. Hey, new original. They eased into it because they weren't sure how it was going to be received.
But Netflix had a benefit that Disney also has. I understand Netflix had the benefit of people were there anyway. Mm-hmm. People were there because it was the place you could watch every episode of The Office.
Well, and that's for Disney. There is a level of them having that benefit because they have everything was vaulted. All of that stuff is available.
So much of Disney Plus, in terms of the hype around Disney Plus, is the new stuff. Mm-hmm. So much of the hype around Netflix was, hey guys, do you remember when Friends went off the air? You can watch it all again.
Right.
So much of the hype around... I mean, I was on Netflix when Netflix was just sending you DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
Before Netflix was a streaming service.
Right, because it was
And
convenience.
I was getting a Netflix exclusive documentaries and shows way back then. So Netflix didn't have to build this whole, we've got our originals, we've got exclusives. Or you can rent this movie a week before you can get it from Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to send it to your house.
Right.
Versus you have to go to a video store.
Right. Disney has done none of that stuff that ingratiated people to Netflix. It's just, they're relying on, do you want to watch Song of the South?
It's not on there. Yeah, it's not on there.
People like me, they're going, we're bringing back Emilio Estevez out of acting retirement to play Gordon Bombay in a new Mighty Ducks movie. I hate hockey, but I love the Mighty Ducks. I'm there. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of hype you have to build. But the same thing, but on the same token, if that's all they ever tell me, I'm going to lose interest by the time it comes out.
Yeah.
Because the guy who played Goldberg's a meth head and just got arrested. And Josh Johnson isn't going to want to come back because he's a serious actor now. And everybody else from that show is retired.
Don't forget Foggy Nelson.
Yeah, okay, Foggy Nelson. Okay. Eldon Hansen. What is it? Eldon,
I believe, yeah.
Eldon Hansen's still working.
Right. I can understand your complaints, but I also understand, like, from their perspective, is that they don't know how original television is going to work on their streaming service. They're still figuring it out, which is why it was just like, it was, The Mandalorian was so... And I think that's what it is. They're trying to build the hype that you just want to have the service in general, and that the new ones aren't the only reason you should have it. I think is what they're trying. They're trying to appeal to the fact that your kids can watch Gargoyles now that you couldn't watch before. In combination with, hey, we're going to release Marvel Cinematic Universe TV shows that are part of the continuity.
Like I said, that's my thing. It's just build up hype in a way that makes me want to be there. All right, we've been talking about this way too long.
That's probably fair. We usually do.
Mm-hmm. So, we have some announcements for you. Let me click the things here. All right, so because of Astronomicon, we will have none of our live sales on the CBSN are canceled this week.
Yes.
So we're not doing a live sale tomorrow. We're not doing a live sale on Thursday.
At least on CBSN, that could change, but we're definitely not planning to go live.
So we can prep. We may go before our normal CBSN time or after here on our own page. Mm-hmm. Just watch this space for those announcements. Mm-hmm. We have some things. So these are the celebrities that are going to be at Astronomicon. Alex Vincent, Amy Dumas, a.k.a. Lita, Anthony Michael Hall, Bill Moseley, Brian O'Halloran, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Charles Fleischer, C.J. Graham, Darren McCarty, D-Mac, Damian Leone, David Howard Thornton, James Jude Courtney, Walter Phelan, Jeff Anderson, Kevin Eastman, Lloyd Kaufman, Mickey Avalon, Ming, R.J. Mitty, Richard Brake, Robert Carradine, Simon Rex, The Boogeyman, Thomas E. Nicholas from Rookie of the Year, Tom Adkins, and Nathan Basil. If you would like an autograph from any of those people, we can help you with that.
Yes.
We can get that for you if you can't make it to Astronomicon.
But your last day to do that is Thursday.
Way to jump the gun, Amanda.
Sorry. February 6th. That's the last day you can submit anything for us to do.
The cost of any of those autographs will be the cost of the autograph plus a small fee that will go to paying Melzak to stand in line and not whining. Your last day to submit things to be signed is Thursday at close of business. If we don't have it by then, you'd have to bring it to us at the con. It's just how it is. Mm-hmm. There's no kind of way to work around that, unfortunately.
Yep.
Part of the other things we're doing at Astronomicon is we're doing this fun, fancy signing with Kevin Eastman, creator of the Ninja Turtles. If you have a Ninja Turtles book that you would like to get signed by Kevin Eastman, you can bring that in by Thursday. I know it says tomorrow, but by Thursday we've extended it one day. And we will take the book, get it signed. It will get a remarked sketch, which means you'll draw a turtle head on it. And it will be graded all for $65. If you do not have a Ninja Turtles book, but you would like to get one and have a Kevin Eastman signature, I have a wide selection of Ninja Turtles books for you to choose from. That price would just be added on to your $65. The deal with this one is you have to pay completely in advance in order to get the signature.
Yes.
All right. Let me see here. That's that. We have these. We have the AT&T exclusive Metal Flake Paint Night King.
The metallic
Funko Pop. Available here in store.
Or at convention.
Or at the convention. To be signed by Richard Brake, who played the Night King.
Very limited supplies.
Crazy limited supplies. But the deal on that one is $15 to get you the pop.
Yep.
And a pop protector.
Yep.
And then it'd be the cost of the signature.
If you want one of those.
Yes. So that includes our fee in that $15 that you're paying for the pop.
Yep.
Okay. Now, you guys know that we oftentimes, when we go to conventions, we can't keep the store open and go to the convention. So this weekend, our hours will be Friday until 2 p.m. Melzak will be here until 2 p.m. and then he and Joel are headed up to Astronomicon. Amanda and I will already be up there. Then we'll be closed Saturday, Sunday, and Monday we won't be open until noon. Opening 1 hour late on Monday just because I have to return the U-Haul by noon. So it's how that one goes.
Yep.
That's a totally my fault on having to open late. It just is what it is. So,
I mean, and we may not end up opening late if he can get moving, but just plan for us not to be open until noon on Monday.
The way the email read today is they asked me not to bring it back until between 11:30 and noon.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's weird.
Well, I think it's because they're having me take it to a different U-Haul facility than I picked it up from.
That could be. Who knows?
Okay, whatever.
Not I.
But those are things. To finish up, we got a few minutes left. Amanda's yawning and wants chicken wings.
I do.
I'm exhausted because I was on with the P-Pods this morning.
You were? Check
out the new episode of the Kai Pod show that includes my interview with P-Pod, dropping on Friday. Yeah. Sorry. I had to remember what today was. Dropping on Friday.
It's Tuesday, Kyle.
I understand. I remember that now.
Oh, my goodness. All right, any questions?
Yeah, does anybody... there's not as many of you here as there was a minute ago.
Right.
There wasn't now as many as there was a while ago.
And everyone got kind of silent on us.
Right, so does anyone have any questions?
Concerns?
Snide remarks?
What are you watching? Is Disney Plus worth it to you?
Right, what
are they building
watching?
Enough hype?
Right, are there things you want to see us do and talk about on this show?
Yeah, give us do you have any show ideas?
Right.
Top
Tell
10
us
lists.
now. Should
Or
we do
tell
more
us
top
later.
10 lists?
Yeah.
10 things we should do differently on the show.
Ah.
You know, those things. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas, things we should be doing? Does anybody have any questions about Astronomicon, about the things we're doing at Astronomicon?
And I am sorry again to those people who are watching.
Watching Amanda yawn like crazy?
Well, no, who are watching next week when this drops after Astronomicon. Do you want us next week while we're live to talk about how great the show was?
Right. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Andrew is chirping.
Well, he's still here.
Yes. We will be live this weekend from Astronomicon at least once a day.
Yeah, we usually do.
And then if I can work something out, I'm trying to work out a little fun little thing that we're going to do as a group. If we can work that out, we'll be live a couple of times. At least one of them will involve me being in a not significant amount of discomfort.
Oh.
Yes.
Are you thinking
Andrew
of live
says,
streaming that?
don't forget the books.
It's true.
I won't. I promise.
True hex.
Remind me not to forget. Well, here's the thing, Andrew. Even if I forget them, Melzack will be here so I can make Melzack bring them.
Yeah, so if we forget them, we have people here who are coming later that we can text and be like, hey, we forgot that thing.
Right,
Bring
we
that.
forgot. Can you bring money and
Most
Andrew
common,
and Pat's book?
The most common
bags.
forgotten item was bags.
Tape. Can you go to my house to get my underwear?
Yeah, there was the one year I had to stop last year when I had to stop and get pajamas on my way because I forgot to pack them.
So, those are things.
So I stopped at the last Target out of town before we left civilization.
All right. So, that is going to do it for us here on News from the Nexus 419, a podcast.
Oh, my.
The number...
I am tired. My goodness. The work and stuff is catching up with me.
All right, that is going to do it for episode 8.
Yes.
Of the News from the Nexus 419.
Yes.
Those of you who are coming to Astronomicon, we will see at Astronomicon. Those of you who are not coming to Astronomicon, we will see before Astronomicon to pick up your books. If you've got books you need to pick up, to drop off your stuff you want us to get signed, any of that kind of stuff. To check out all the new inventory we've added in preparation. We added 2 full short boxes of key books today.
Yep. Come check them out as we prepare to go.
Come check them out before we leave. Don't buy them now. You probably won't get them. So, we'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.